that appeared in the launch.
I mean, but how would we know that?
Not only has it revealed to the world its genuine car, but Aston Martin has also released a plethora of images. This
What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video. I do apologize if I sound a little nasally or look disgusting. I'm not very ill, but nice little head cold going on in here. Got my little tissues next to me, got my water and my Vicks vapor. You don't have to worry about the Vicks. The Vicks is a secret. But anyway, we are going to take a look today at a video you guys have requested. Obviously, getting into F1 this past, what is it? Guys, it's only been since like November that we've been watching F1 videos. But getting into F1 recently, I've told myself, along with you guys, that I would be dedicated to focusing and learning everything I can about the sport this season. That includes watching the races with you guys, whether it's doing live streams, actually maybe even going to an F1 event, the one that's in the United States. I think you guys said Austin, Texas, which I actually have a friend moving to Austin, Texas, so maybe that might be worth it. But anyway, the entire focus of this is to take a look at what you guys said to look at, the Aston Martin 2022 F1 car release. Haven't looked at the actual car release yet. We're gonna take a look at a more in-depth video on what it revealed, mainly to help educate me about F1 car releases in the first place, because I don't really get it. I feel like in NASCAR they use the same car every year. I don't even know if that's true in NASCAR. I'm just speaking out of my ass. But obviously F1 is like the pinnacle of sports racing engineering, and of course they're gonna tweak little things here and there, things that I would not notice. Just why I want to take a look at what the sort of deep down dive gets into it. But obviously let me know you guys' thoughts on this video. I think it does have paid sponsorship. I don't mind sending this guy sponsorship. I'll support his channel the same way you guys support me. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into the Aston Martin video. As well, guys, you can find the original video down in the description below. Go give it a look. And let me know you guys' thoughts on the Aston Martin release, because why not? Tell me things that maybe I didn't know.
You're watching the Aramco 2022 F1 car reveal series. Aston Martin is the third team to hold a 2022 Formula 1 launch, but the first to show us a real-life car. The Aston Martin AMR 22 was present in all its glory.
So they do F1 car releases without showing you the car? That's a thing before? Also, aren't Aston Martin British? See, I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought they were French.
During the launch.
Don't ask me why. I don't know why.
The plan is for the car to be shaken down at Silverstone on February 11th, so the day after the launch. That means Aston Martin will be the first team to run its 2022 car ahead of the start of pre-season testing later this month.
Really?
And just to prove that it did reveal a genuine article, the car that runs on track will be the exact one that appeared in the launch.
I mean, but how would we know that?
Not only has it revealed to the world its genuine car, but Aston Martin has also released a plethora of images. This means that the watching world, including the race, is able to take a close look at both the overall concept.
I like the big, guys, I don't know why, I like the tires. The tires look sick, you know? They look like the big puffy tires. I dig the design. I'm a big fan of it. I've liked the design of these F1 cars anyway, so I'm a huge fan of it. I think the Halo, as much as people hated it, I think it actually is a sick addition.
And the design details of a car built to
these new
regulations for the first time.
Shield around it, that would be
so with the help of the race's technical expert Gary Anderson and illustrator Rosario Juliana, let's take a closer look at the Aston Martin AMR 22.
AMR 22. AMR 22.
The front wing comprises the maximum permitted 4 elements. As Gary Anderson points out, the lowest one, the main plane, is relatively shallow and therefore primarily a flow conditioner. This leaves the heavy lifting to be done primarily by the second element, with the top 2 flaps offering additional downforce and adjustability. Note that Aston Martin has also moved its front wing flap adjuster inboard, having been close to the end plates previously. The nose.
Can I just say, I didn't even know what the purpose of the front wing of the car was. I'm sorry. I genuinely did not know the front wing Its purpose was essentially to slice through air, like the downforce, so sending air underneath the car.
Has a pronounced
Just keeping it
raised
going faster. I did
undersection
not
in
know
order
that.
to help the airflow coming off the centre section of the front wing towards the front of the floor.
And this is why
This
engineers get
gives the
paid big
front wing a
bucks.
swept down look
Couldn't have told
as it
me.
moves outboard. Note also that the slope of the nose increases at the interface between the nose and the front of the chassis, roughly in line with the suspension. The front suspension is a conventional pushrod with a double wishbone design. The steering track rod is in line with the top wishbone, which effectively increases the depth of the top wishbone's forward leg. This helps to realign the airflow coming from the front wing flaps. Although the front suspension is a
speaking
transferable
another language
component
to me.
and therefore can be supplied by another team, this is Aston Martin's own work. This is because it wanted to have design freedom in this area and ensure it didn't have to wait on the Mercedes design it could have taken thanks to its technical partnership.
Wait,
If you look
you can
closely
share
at the
team
renders Aston
designs?
Martin issued, the front pushrod
Really?
on the right side of the car is missing. Fortunately, that is on the real car, and that was simply an error in the render.
Oh.
While the incredibly complex barge boards are no more, teams still want to improve the quality of the airflow to the leading edge of the side pods. But Aston Martin does feature a turning vane at the front of the floor that's a little more like the original barge boards that we saw introduced to F1 at the start of 1993 by McLaren.
That's a nice design.
Aston Martin's side pods are longer than in previous years.
I think this is what is like the gorgeous design. I like looking at it from this angle because it if you were to draw a car as a kid, this is the type that you would draw. Like you would want to draw the top design. Like it looks like a bottle. Like it literally looks like a bottle. And then you have like the little wing. You have the tire, back wing. Like it looks aesthetically so pleasing. I really do like that.
And markedly longer than what we saw on the 2022 Haas images. This is about maximising the surface area given the need to generate as much downforce as possible from the underfloor for these ground effect cars. So as in the glory days of F1 ground effect in the late 1970s and early 1980s, viewed from above, the cars are a lot boxier than they were last year. But combined with this is an aggressively undercut side pod. This means the Aston Martin isn't too far off a twin-floor design, as pioneered by Ferrari back in 1992, as it attempts to maximise the airflow around the side pods to the rear of the car and over the top of the diffuser, increasing its performance. It has a very aggressive undercut. On top of the side pods, Aston Martin features the new for 2022 top surface louvres. These channel the hot air exiting the radiators to the top surface of the beam wing. The coke bottle area is fed by the flow cap.
He is speaking so fast. I do not understand so much of what he is saying. Holy hell. This is why I chose this video though. You know what? Screw it. This is why we chose this video, to get the in-depth explanations. I'm not just going to watch a video where they show off the car, and I do want the drivers to actually talk about it. I wonder if they already have taken it for like a test drive or a steer.
Coming through the undercut
But at least we're
side
learning
pods.
about the
In
F1
effect,
cars.
this undercut more or less meets up on the car's centre line at the rear. Maximising this area means the airflow being spilled off the rear tyres has somewhere to go, other than around the outside of the tyre, which would generate more drag. At the rear of the car, the Mercedes influence is clear. Technical Director Andrew Green has confirmed that in addition to the Mercedes power unit, it has also taken the gearbox and rear suspension from its technical partner.
Oh, okay.
That means it again runs the swept-back rear suspension design that makes for cleaner airflow at the rear of the car.
And yeah, I was going to say the
Aston
Mercedes
Martin
probably
chose to take
has
the
the best
Mercedes
engineering
rear
for that.
suspension because it has been designed to work with the gearbox, rather than going their own way. But it's only at the rear end that Aston Martin has taken from Mercedes, despite the regulations allowing far more transferable components.
So why not?
The rear
Why
wing
not
features
take
the
some more from
DRS
the Mercedes,
actuator, the
especially with
first
how
time
good
we've
they've been
seen it on a
driving?
genuine 2022 rear wing. Gary Anderson has highlighted the fact that the outer pivot point is just before the flap curves downwards, saying it's interesting to see what sort of a vortex is generated when the flap separates from the end plates. The beam wing returns in 2022, having been illegal since the start of 2014. It's a twin-element design with an upright flap that fits neatly around the exhaust outlet. It's hoped the beam wing will reduce the turbulence generated for a following car to hit. Aston Martin has also not completely hidden the diffuser, which is designed to the maximum size allowed by the regulations. There are also small gurney flaps around the trailing edge to help diffuser performance. They also have outer turning vanes.
What is a diffuser? Please explain that to me. a lot of this stuff I can sort of pick up. Like, obviously, drag is the wind that you want to avoid. Everything is used with the sole purpose of essentially cutting down wind, producing more downforce to actually keep the car on the road and keep it going faster, essentially letting it cut through the wind limitlessly. But my question for Aston Martin is, why not use a bit more of the Mercedes design if you have that technical partnership? It's a car that's been winning lights out. I guess Red Bull's also Aston Martin, isn't it? So I can understand maybe if they want to focus more towards the Red Bull design and avoid more of the Mercedes design despite the technical partnership. But there's a lot, I feel like, that they could have done extra here. Maybe I'm just chatting. Maybe I'm just chatting saying that. But that's just my thought process behind that.
These are very powerful in that they mount directly to the upright assembly, so in effect there is no lag in the downforce they produce because of suspension movement. So even when the chassis is moving around because of braking or over curbs, what load these produce goes directly into the contact patch. As there is no footplate on the actual diffuser in this area, they also help seal the diffuser from the airflow that is being displaced when the tyre rotates on the track surface. As we've explained, there's no lack of detail in Aston Martin's launch car, with more likely to be revealed when we see the car in action. You're watching the Aramco 2022 F1 car reveal series.
I think that's it. Is that not it? I know they're going to do some more talking. Wait, what?
And must be
strong. Are they going to talk more about the car? I didn't realize they were going to talk more about the car. I thought they were just going to kind of let it go. Wait. Oh, they do probably continue to go on about the car. That makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, maybe we will continue to watch. We'll continue to watch for a bit. I kind of want to see what they're talking about. That's kind of realistically what we came for, isn't it, though? This is the F1 car. Yeah, screw it. We'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Stronger than last year. Disappointing 7th in the Constructors' Championship. It's too early to expect Aston Martin to be a championship threat. Aston Martin chairman Lawrence Stroll, who rescued the team in 2018, said last year that the timescale for emerging as a title challenger was 3 to 5 years. This is because it is still in the process of expanding, with an aggressive recruitment drive increasing its headcount from around 400 when Stroll acquired the team to over 500 people and growing. This includes some senior appointments, with a raft of high-profile recruits from rival teams, including Mercedes and Red Bull. Most recently, Aston Martin finally agreed.
Dude, that's the thing that kills me, is that there's so much that goes into like creating F1 cars. Like, obviously any vehicle requires a humongous amount of engineering, but like with these being obviously sporting, and like you have the many variables, many different situations that you have to find yourself in, and obviously competing with the likes of Red Bull, with Perez and Verstappen, and with, obviously, I'm not sure if Bottas is staying with Mercedes, but competing with Lewis Hamilton in that Mercedes car, like, you have to find a way to stick into it. Like, that's it blows my mind.
Date of April 2nd this year for new technical director Dan Fallows, after a period of wrangling with his former employer, Red Bull. It has also appointed ex-BMW Motorsport boss Mike Crack as its new team principal, in place of Otmar Safnauer. It is also in the process of building a new factory on its expanded Silverstone site. The first phase of this is a new main building that will house the design office and that will be completed early in 2023.
Is that the course in Britain?
The second phase, which is also underway, is a building of around 100 square feet to house the new state-of-the-art wind tunnel that will be fully operational by 2024. The cost of this new campus is estimated at between 150 and 200 million pounds.
That's gorgeous.
These are seismic changes, so not only will it take time for the work to be completed, but also for the team, which is also increasing its in-house production resource, to get everything working well. Turning what has historically been an overachieving midfield team into a genuine front runner is not the work of a moment. Aston Martin is
so even with the unveiling of this year's car, they still truly do expect to just sort of be a middling team, which that sucks. I mean, obviously, I think people are trying to be realists about like what their car can manage, what their car can handle. But then that comes back to my original question: if you know your car is going to be middling, like it's going to be a struggle for you to sort of stay in the team championship, why not take a bit more from that partnership that they said that they had with Mercedes. Like, if you know that something is working for a car, and you know something is working for a team, why not bite more of that design? Obviously, like, you want the product to be your own. That way, you know, you can share in the glory when a driver goes out and get a win. Like, it would be probably more memorable. Let's say if Sebastian Vettel got a win in the Aston Martin, you know, just overtaking the Mercedes at the last minute and saying, we only use this part of the Mercedes and we still found a way to, you know, produce a faster car in the end. Like, that obviously would be amazing. Maybe that is what I'm missing. Maybe that is what I'm missing. This is just me being a novice in the sport and me thinking I'd want to compete now. Whereas Aston Martin probably are thinking 2025 and beyond. They want to compete then. They want to be the Mercedes of today or the Red Bull of today then. And so maybe I'm just thinking of it differently. But anyway, going back to the car design, which we are going to go back to the car design.
Feature a turning pane at the front of the floor that's a little more Martin sidewalk.
I like this picture because the green obviously is the Aston Martin. I love it. I absolutely love it. But the stuff that he was talking about as well, I feel like you guys in the comments, if I was missing anything or if I wasn't nailed down, or if there was like a big detail that I missed about the car that he went over, please let me know, because I definitely probably did pass over some key details that I missed. I'm learning. I would like to say I am learning bit by bit about these vehicles in general, but I do think it's a gorgeous vehicle. I think it's a really, really good looking vehicle. I'm wondering, I can't remember, is the current Red Bull car, if I'm not mistaken, is Honda, right? Is it Honda or is it Aston Martin? Or is it like a bunch of them mixed into Red Bull? I don't know. This is me being lost. But anyway, I honestly do think Aston Martin specifically, I'm kind of rooting for them next year. I'm rooting for them. Them, McLaren, like, guys, I want to see an F1 season like the 2007 season review that we did, where it's multiple drivers fighting for the title. Obviously, in that 2007 season, it was just Ferrari and McLaren, Mercedes, McLaren. It was just those two, and Massa and Kimi Raikkonen versus Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. I'd want to see imagine like a Verstappen versus Alonso versus Daniel Ricciardo versus Lewis Hamilton. Like, that would be amazing. Unlikely because it's F1, but still, it would be. But obviously, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below on the Aston Martin launch. Let me know if I missed anything, and please educate me in the comments. You guys are the best at that. I will always give you guys credit for that. You guys catch me on things where I don't even realize that I'm missing. So yeah. But yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.